battle through the heavens, grand world. And now as, battle through the firmament, grand world. Chapter 294 Yin and Yang merging. Above the heavenly peak, dense clouds floated like a paradise. At the summit, a majestic courtyard stood. Shaoyan sat cross-legged on a bluestone, and in front of him was a jade bottle as black as ink. Endless cold qi radiated from it, and the surrounding plants were covered in a layer of frost. Guxuna and Kai Lin stood in the distance, worry evident on their faces. Shaoyan had explained the matter to them beforehand. They were well aware of the dangers involved. Despite this, they couldn't dissuade Shaoyan from his decision. All they could do was halt their own cultivation and guard him closely, just in case. Shaoyan's finger swept across the jade bottle as his expression gradually calmed. Extreme coldness instantly spread through his finger, causing his blood to freeze slightly. Buzz! Shaoyan's brows furrowed. The origin monic qi in his body surged, flowing wildly through his limbs and bones. Simultaneously, he began clearing his meridians. The circulation route of the flame mantra burning spell buzzed, accompanied by obscure and incomprehensible scriptures. Waves of heat rapidly spread through his meridians. The origin monic qi within him seemed to burn. Swoosh! Shaoyan inhaled deeply. His 10 fingers moved swiftly, forming seals according to the instructions in the Yin scroll. His fingers flickered at strange angles, and in just moments, the seal was complete. Boom! The instant the seal formed, Shaoyan's face turned red. His clothes exploded with a loud bang, and wisps of white mist emerged from his flushed skin. The green stones beneath him began to melt visibly, and the surrounding plants ignited spontaneously, burning into ash. Guxuna and Kai Lin were shocked by Shaoyan's condition. Fortunately, both were seasoned cultivators. Though anxious, they didn't act recklessly. They clenched their fists, sweat already appearing on the pretty faces. Shaoyan's eyes remained shut, his skin glowing scarlet. Inside his body, the scene was even more intense. The flame mantra burning spell surged like a furious lion, crazily resisting the trace of yin qi condensed through his hand seal. The vast origin monic qi was like an endless flame, surrounding the yin qi like a storm. The yin qi was as fragile as a candle in a hurricane, on the verge of extinction. Even Xiao could offer little help against the flame mantra burning spell's reaction. All he could do was suppress the violent fluctuations of the monic flame. Since the flame mantra burning spell had first emerged in the fighting Daoqi continent, it had formed a profound connection with Shaoyan. Every time he consumed a heavenly flame, he relied on the flame mantra burning spell, deepening this bond. With the fusion of 23 heavenly flames into the chaos great monic flame, the flame mantra burning spell naturally merged with the monic flame. As soon as the yin qi appeared, the extreme yang nature of the flame mantra burning spell erupted. Without Xiao's intervention, the monic flame would have acted on its own, leading to far greater consequences for Shaoyan. Enduring the blazing pain within him, Shaoyan suddenly opened his eyes and shattered the jade bottle with a slap. Instantly, an overwhelming cold spread outward, freezing the surrounding flora into icy fragments. Even from a distance, Guxuna and Kai Lin felt bone-piercing cold. They quickly circulated their origin monic qi to resist the chill. The moment the jade bottle shattered, Shaoyan inhaled the freezing air. The power of the cold dark water completely exceeded his expectations. His body stiffened, and even his blood seemed to halt. Shaoyan's face became expressionless as he endured unimaginable pain. His body was simultaneously scorched by the flame mantra burning spell and frozen by the cold dark water. This dual baptism of fire and ice nearly drove him unconscious. Husband Shaoyan. Guxuna couldn't help but cry out as she saw Shaoyan frozen into an ice sculpture. The unbearable cold made it hard to even stand near him, let alone endure what he was experiencing. Kai Lin also wore a solemn expression. Her beautiful eyes were filled with anxiety. Like Guxuna, she could do nothing but pray Shaoyan could survive on his own. As if sensing the yang energy within Shaoyan, the cold air surged toward him, instantly freezing his body solid, skin, blood, and all. Controlled by the invading cold, the icy qi seeped through his skin, seeking the extreme yang within. The trace of yin qi that had been forcefully condensed inside Xiaoyan tried to resist but was crushed by the flame mantra burning spell's immense power. In an instant, it was nearly destroyed. But just then, a massive surge of cold energy poured into Xiaoyan's body, overwhelming the extreme yang energy of the flame mantra burning spell. Buzz! A deafening sound echoed within him. Xiaoyan's frozen face twitched, and his red eyes opened. He coughed up a mouthful of fresh blood, which froze before hitting the ground. His vision blurred. Vaguely, he could feel the flame mantra burning spell raging wildly, battling against the overwhelming cold. The two opposing forces of extreme yin and yang clashed like titans within his body, using his body as their battlefield. The flame mantra burning spell roared endlessly, while the cold energy poured in without restraint. These two extremes gnawed at Xiaoyan from both sides. His body was covered in ice, yet seared by internal heat. In this chaotic state, 6 hours passed in a blur. Guxuna and Kai Lin remained completely tense. They didn't dare move. They had watched Xiaoyan groan softly at first, then fall silent as he passed out. Still, they kept their composure and did not interfere. Whether he survived or not would be determined by Xiaoyan's own will. Kai Lin, the temperature seems to have risen again. Guxuna's voice broke the silence, startling Kai Lin. She dispersed her protective origin monic qi and realized the atmosphere had indeed warmed. The cold underworld water has been depleted. I wonder if the power of the flame mantra burning spell has also lessened. Kai Lin's beautiful eyes fixed on Xiaoyan as she murmured. Inside Xiaoyan's body, Xiaoao was drenched in sweat, hiding within the monic flame. The chaos from earlier had even startled him. If he hadn't exerted all his strength to suppress the monic flame, the cold dark water would have been destroyed long ago. Now, it had been entirely consumed, and the flame mantra burning spell had been significantly weakened. With a change in expression, Xiaoao noticed the yin qi hiding deep within one of Xiaoyan's obscure qi paths. It trembled faintly. Xiaoao chuckled. This guy's luck isn't bad. With the yang energy weakened, maybe he can successfully merge yin and yang. In the outside world, Xiaoyan's eyes slowly opened. His face was ghostly pale. The blood at the corner of his mouth had frozen into a faint red mark. Cracks ran across his skin from the torment of fire and ice, looking terrifying upon close inspection. But Xiaoyan didn't care about the pain. He immediately focused his mind and examined his internal condition. When he sensed the newly balanced state of the flame mantra burning spell, he was overjoyed. Though the movement strained his body and caused pain, his face twitched with suppressed excitement. Now that yin and yang had fused, he could finally cultivate the secret arts of the yin. Scroll without restraint. All the pain he had endured was worth it. Chapter end. Please guys like, comment, share and subscribe.